Hi, everyone. I posted this weekend on Instagram a little preview promise that I would offer some tips for guided visualizations. And so that's why I'm here today. Uh, I want to distinguish the guided visualization that somebody else guides you through and distinguish between that and what I'm talking about today, which is really guiding yourself through your own visual, your own visioning, um, your own experience. And so these tips are useful when somebody else is guiding you through one too, but this is speaking to walking yourself through it. And so I'm going to talk about some of those tips, but first I just want to mention why we're even talking about visualization. You may know how powerful it can be if you've ever done it before, especially if you've ever done it before regularly. Like anything, it takes practice. This is like you're building a muscle, and the more that you repeat the practice, the more benefits you're going to see with it. There's plenty of research out there. If you're into the research, you can definitely look it up. But just briefly, I can tell you that guided visualization research has shown that it's helpful with increasing self-confidence, self-efficacy, states of flow, motivation, and general sense of well-being, I know is also talked about in the research. So there's that, but there's also just that experience that you, and I can speak to for myself, that with regular practice, there are noticeable shifts that I have experienced in my overall healing, and as well as just my sense of well-being. So that's why I want to share this, especially right now. It's come up for me again because my practice lately has not been visualizing as much. I've been doing some other forms of body work and meditation, but I'm feeling the pull back to my visualization practice. And so thought I would share some of those details with you as far as how to make it really, really powerful, because that matters. The benefits that you get will somewhat depend on how you do your visualizing and how you engage with it. I think what's another important point to make is that why it's so powerful. It's so powerful because when you really create a vivid visualization with all of your senses, and like where you're evoking the feelings in your body that you want to have, right, or that you're imagining, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between that and if it's really happening. I just let that sink in for a minute, because I think that's really, really powerful. Like you are in that moment of your visualization, creating a different state for your body that may be the shift that you're wanting to create, specifically thinking here of healing, right? Because and for so many of us, when we're feeling a sense of dis-ease, either true disease in our body or just a sense of physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual dis-ease, it can be all encompassing. And visualization with practice, again, it's not always easy, but as you practice, it becomes easier. You're creating a different state in your body during that time, and it is a process of rewiring and reprogramming in the body. And in our energy. And it's been really powerful for me, and definitely want to share some of those tips with you. So, and it also primes our system, right? To be ready for those things that we are calling in our visualization. So, all right, here are the tips. Number one, set an intention. Okay, just like with anything in our lives, we need to have an intention. So don't just go into your visualization going, I don't really know, what I want out of this or what I'm going for. Set a clear intention of how you want, maybe how you want to be in the visualization. What is the feeling you want to feel in that visualization. That's really where I like to go in my visualizations. What is the feeling I'm trying to create in the visualization? Less about maybe an end goal even in mind. Like I want to have this particular accomplishment or achievement. Really thinking more about like, what's the feeling that I want to evoke in this visualization, and that being my intention during the visualization. Number two, walk yourself through the visualization out loud if you can. It makes a huge difference for me. I know my mind, if I do it quietly in my mind, in my head, I can tend to get lost on a tangent and go somewhere else. But speaking out loud, as silly as it might feel, like you're talking to yourself, it really is much more, I think, much more powerful, and allows you to stay more focused and get more clarity too. Number three, speak in the present tense. So you're doing it right now in the moment. Everything that you are visualizing is happening right now. So again, we're trying to create that sense in our bodies and in our minds and our hearts that we are already in that state, that having those feelings, and that we're in that place. You know, for me, you know, I often have the ocean in my visualizations, and so I am literally there in the present moment, as opposed to talking about being there in the future. Which then I guess brings me to the next important point, which is to really create this visualization with all of your senses. So in some of my other videos and other things that I've talked about, we've done a lot of talking about orienting yourself to your environment as a way to build capacity and safety in the nervous system. And this is like orienting yourself to the environment that you're in your visualization. So you want to, you know, take note of everything around you. You're taking it all in within your mind's eye, the smells, the tastes, the sounds, did I say everything you can see, and of course everything that you can feel. Like for me on the beach, I'm feeling in my visualization the sand beneath my feet, or the temperature and the quality of the water as I step into it, really bringing to life all of the sensations that you feel in your body. And again, going back to the feelings that you want to feel, even down to, you know, talking about details of, you're thinking about, okay, how am I being in this place? What am I doing? What am I wearing? Who am I with? Any and all details are important, because you are trying to bring it to life right now in the present moment. Then the next step is to focus on you. This part, I feel like it's a little bit lost sometimes in visualizations, where we can't control other people's reactions. We can't predict or say what other people are going to do. So we really need to, you know, maintain the focus of our visualization on what we have control of, which is our own responses and our own ourselves. And so that's another tip for a powerful visualization. And lastly, then, as you do bring yourself out of your visualization, I always recommend reorienting yourself to where you are now in your current environment, and give yourself some time to transition out of that. And then take a few moments just to jot down in a journal or something similar, art journal, paper journal, whatever it might be, just jotting down your reflections and what did you notice, and maybe even like, you know, what really felt potent for you in that visualization. And then keep practicing, because that's really how, with anything in any of, you know, any practices that are meant to support our healing, they don't just happen with a one and done. The more we do them, the more impact that they will have on us. If you have any questions, follow-up questions, feel free to send me an email. Always happy to answer them. And happy visualizing.